It was a solemn evening at the Presidential Villa on Thursday as Federal Executive Council held a special section to honor the late former President Muhammadu Buhari, who died on July 13 at the age of 82. By 5:15 p.m., government officials began arriving at the council chamber of the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Present were leaders from the National Assembly, the judiciary, ministers, and members of Buhari family led by his son Yusuf Buhari. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu walked into the chamber at exactly 5:27 p.m., setting the tone for what became an emotional moment of national reflection. The section, which was postponed from Tuesday to allow officials to attend the funeral rites in Daura, was the first of its kind under Tinubu's administration. In his tribute, President Tinubu praised Buhari for his legacy of leadership, integrity, and sacrifice.
He was first among soldiers in war, first among citizens in peace, and first without ambition or flattery in the heart of his fellow citizens. Yet it was in the quiet and unadorned settings of his private life that his true greatness was revealed. Pious, without show, just without cruelty, humane without sentimentality, temperate without coldness, and sincere without guile. Steady in posture and spirit, dignified in bearing, and commanding in his very presence. His example guided all who surrounded him. Still, it endures.
Senate President Godswill Akpabio, who once served in Buhari's cabinet, said the late president gave everything for the country and history will remember him for that.
And I want to say, my fellow custodians of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, there are moments in the life of a nation when she must pause, not out of routine, but out of reference. Today is such a moment as we gather in very solemn remembrance of President Muhammadu Buhari, a man forged in the furnace of battle and tempered in the trials of governance, a man who gave everything he had to a country that asked everything of him. President Muhammadu Buhari was not perfect. No leader is, but he was a very principled man. He stood for something. And in a world where it is easy to chase headlines, he chose instead.
We remember President Muhammadu Buhari, a sentinel of service, a steward of simplicity, and a statesman shaped by sacrifice. President Buhari was no ordinary figure in our national journey. He embodied quiet strength, moral clarity, and unshakable sense of duty. At a time when society was seduced by materialism, he chose a life of modest means and meaningful service. He was devoted to family and steadfast in his Islamic faith. His humor and humility softened his disciplined exterior. Buhari's belief in the brevity of life and the certainty of judgment.
Also speaking, Yusuf Buhari thanked the president and Nigerians for their support during and after the burial of his father.
Deepest gratitude to Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, the Vice President, His Excellency Kashim Shettima, and his wife, Hajiya Nana Kashim, for your outstanding pouring support received by the family from the time he took ill until he peacefully passed on, which was Sunday, 13th of July, 2025. It has showed that he was regarded far more than a politician, but regarded as a friend and a father. To all members of the Federal Executive Council, for the care and befitting state burial accorded to our late father, we appreciate you all. I also wish to thank the Senate President, Speaker of the House of Representatives, and all the distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly for honoring the memory of our late father during the state burial in Daura. I will also not forget to mention and convey our appreciation for the support from the Attorney General of the Federation and members of the Judiciary, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Nigerian High Commission in London, the Governor of Katsina State, Borno State as well, and all his colleagues for identifying and standing firmly with us during this difficult period.
Thursday's section wasn't just about remembrance of its powerful reminder of a man whose journey spanned war and peace, leadership and legacy. As the nation continues to mourn, the Federal Executive Council's special section has become a moment of honor for one of Nigeria's most impactful leaders. Peterside Rejoice Eneki reporting for the Premier News.